Hi, welcome to Jade Kind Gaming. My name is Adam, and today I have an unboxing of Catan. This is the 5th edition of Catan, which is a classic board game where you trade, build, and settle. It's, trading sheep for wood, bricks for wheat, normal things that you do in board games. It's a fun game. I've never played just the base game. One of my buddies has the game, and when he got it, to my understanding, he got it with several of the expansions, and I've only ever played it with at least one, if not more than one, of the expansions added to it. So I'm kind of interested to see what the actual base game is like, because I've never gotten to do that. Also to own it myself, since my friend lives in another state, and so he only comes over every so often. He came over recently around Christmas time, and he brought the game, but with how he packaged it, because he mixed all the expansions together, so everything's there, apparently he'd separated it into more boxes than he brought, and he didn't have the tiles, so we couldn't play. So I was like, alright, that's what I'm getting. So I picked that up, so I know I will have it myself. Anyways, it used to be, of course, Settlers of Catan. And with the 5th edition, which I think a lot of it is just art update, they just dropped it to Catan. Although they do point out, when they're saying what awards they've won here, they do mention the other, since that's the one that technically won the awards. But it's basically the same game, so we've just a bit of updated art and that kind of thing, to my understanding. Shrink wrap gone. Let's see what's inside. Alright, first we get what I believe is this Catan sticker. So, cool, I guess. I mean, smart to do. Just, hey, you want to market us? You can do it this way. Here is the different expansions. So, a little advertisement. The Catan Game Rules and Almanac. So they go over the rules on these bright yellow pages, and terms and things that you need to know. So whatever, it's, a 15-page long book. But it looks like the rules themselves are covered in the first 5 pages, and then it's the Almanac, which is sort of the, to my understanding, it would probably be what you would look up as you go. So 5 pages before you can start, and the rest as you go. Let's see. We got this tiles and such shrink wrapped. That was close, almost cut myself. That wouldn't have been good. Be careful, Adam. Alright, let's get this out. Alright. Okay, so on the back of all these, it is like blue. Not just like blue, but it has like sort of an ocean texture. Let's see, right here we have the circles here are blank and they punch out. We have 4 fields, 4 forests, and then 4 farms. I don't know. I'm sure they all have terms. Anyways, they're each. I'll just sort of punch out there. And I can set them back in for the time being. Those will separate if needed. Alright, we have letters on the back of those, which I don't know. That's probably something that I don't know from the way that he plays. Anyways, we have all the circles that pretty much designate what die number, when rolled, will generate resources from the different tiles. We have the desert that generates nothing, and the little trading boat things. So there's more things to punch out, and of course we get the things for thinks you get brick and stone, if I remember correctly. So, more tiles. Okay, and these are... I'll punch out a couple of these. Should be another... Yeah, there should be another one of those. I've never... One of the things, because I've only played it with expansions, I've never just played it in the normal, you know, these are used and it's played with a hexagon board. I've always had it, usually I think at least double islands. But this is sort of what makes the border of the island for the base game. Is you have this frame, and that way all the tiles stay pushed together. I've not had that luxury. I've always had them where we're playing fancy islands that my buddy puts together, and fun though it will be, the pieces will try and just sort of push apart from each other. Okay, you get your normal building costs and our awards for the extra points for longest road and largest army, and then your little thing that will say, you know, like for me, I'll be this one, I'm sure, because it's blue, and so the outside shows what color you are, and then it shows you what resources you need to build what. It also shows what victory points they are, and some basic rules here. A city replaces an already built settlement. Usually you only play one development card per turn. Usually you cannot play a development card on the turn you buy it. So they have sort of little, you know, rule reminders on the bottom as well. So there's that. And here's those other frames, which is the last of those cardboard cutouts. Okay, this is nice. They have actually within the box this sort of tray that has little spots to put all the frames and parts you need. Let's see, here is a wooden bag with the different colors, which are what, white. I don't know if that's yellow or orange. I'm gonna call it orange, blue, and red. So the different colors that were over here. So the different colors players can be. Here are the roads. Okay, as I say, there should be more. Here are... Okay, I just saw something that's really cool. Here are the settlements in the cities. So they're... You can kind of see the shape. Whatever. Build that, and let's get one of these out. I'm like, whatever, I'm pulling it out of the box, I might as well show you. So basically, I need an intersection here. You may have your tiles, and obviously there'd be more, but you could have, you know, you'd have your settlement, you have your roads that go along the lines, and eventually you can replace that settlement with a city. So, that's sort of what that's all about. But yeah, they're basically the parts that you build, so they're the little... And they're nice little colored wooden pieces. Little, you know, they're made out of wood, nice color, beautiful colors, for the stuff you build. This, I did not expect, and is pretty cool. It's 4 little bags, so you could put the 4... like, so all the blue ones go in one bag, all the orange ones in another, white, and then red. So that is just sort of a cool addition. Obviously, there's this deck of cards that I'll get to in a second, but other than that, so I can get the tray out of the way, there are the 2 different dice. So the dice you need for it. Move the tray. And... Alright. Got that open. And this as well. And of course it's still going to be sealed. Part of me was thinking, of course that's going to be. This is basically the game cards. A complete set of game cards for use with Catan board game. These 120 cards include 95 research cards and 25 development cards. The fact that this is packaged like this almost makes me wonder if you lose cards, if you can just repurchase the box of cards, probably, to keep using the old game if you need the new card, need just to replace some cards. Which, if that is the case, that is pretty cool. Alright, let's see what we have here. We have Alright, so all of the resource cards have this sort of island. These are cards, they're smaller. Let's zoom in and refocus. Okay. Alright, they all have this sort of background right here. And then they'll show on the front what they are. So we got, our bricks. You got some bricks. You have logs, which of course have the same card back. You have stone. And I don't know, I might be wrong on the names, but they're the names that we've always used. You have sheep. And so this stack over here, which has development cards as well. We'll also have wheat and more of the bricks. And all of those resources are the things that you collect to build the different items, to build your roads, your settlements, your cities, and to purchase these development cards here. The development cards, which have this back, things like University, 1 victory point. Reveal this card on your turn if with it you reach the number of points required for victory. So here's some things where you can get some extra victory points, just, what you need to win. Knights, move the robber. When you play around, you can move the robber, which is, actually, I didn't see him. He was in this bag. I was like, wait a minute, that's a good thing. There's also this gray robber, which prevents a tile from producing resources. Move the robber, steal 1 resource from the owner of the settlement or city adjacent to the robber's new hex. So you have a bunch of knights, and of course, I'd mentioned largest army before is also the first player to play 3 knight cards gets this card. So that's 2 victory points. So playing knights is useful for that, as well as getting to steal resources and block other players from getting resources. And then we have Monopoly. When you play this card, announce 1 type of resource. All other players must give you all of the resources of that type. Okay. You have plenty. Take any 2 resources from the bank, add them to your hand. They can be 2 of the same resource or 2 different ones. So that's just a useful, get some stuff. Place 2 new roads as if you had just built them. That's a fun one. I just remember having used that or a similar card in the game. But anyway, so you have the development cards as well. Development cards, resource cards. You have your all these. Is it die cut? No, whatever. The cardboard punch-out pieces for all the tiles, your player, the frames, largest army, longest road. You get the decks of cards, dice, and wooden pieces for roads, cities, settlements, and the robber. And the cool tray that should, hold all the stuff you need it to hold. But yeah, so that is what is included in the base Catan game. Great fun game. I'm glad to now own myself, so in addition to playing it with friends, I'm now going to try and get my family in on that as well, because I think they will like it. And as I've started to collect a few board games of my own, as I used to, I would do the role-playing game stuff, and I had some friends that would do board games. Both of the friends that were collecting the board games have now moved. One of them is in another state, many hours away. The other's like a 2-hour drive away, but still inconvenient enough that we don't get together. He comes out, or we go, or some of my friends usually go out to him every other month, or he comes out every other month. But at most, we're seeing him once a month, and with my work schedule, it's usually not me even getting to go. So yeah, with my friends, that had the games gone, I'm like, alright, I'll now start collecting board games too. But they're fun, and I have found the joy of being able to play them with family as well as friends. Does sort of make it worth it. But yeah, that's Catan. I may end up getting some of my friends together at some point to do a playthrough of the game on the channel. I would like to. It's not always the most convenient to set up to record a game, but we'll see. Board games are harder to film than role-playing games because you generally need to see the board, not just, looking at me and my friends at table like we do with the role-playing game. So I'll do what I can. So hopefully I'll be able to get that to you at some point. But otherwise, yeah, Catan's a great game. I'm sure also at other points I'll be doing unboxings of some of the expansions or for that and some other board games. I know I have a couple other that I'm getting here very soon. So I'll have that for you coming up as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, let me know of any fun times you've had playing Catan yourself. If you've done so with friends or family, and subscribe if you haven't, like the video, and thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.